we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you?
Can we talk about me and you?
Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you?
Don't tell me what it feels like, because I already know. It's not the first time I felt so low. I got up like a flashlight, but the battery's about to go. I gotta let the darkness go. That's not a way to live life. 6 feet down below. I can see these demons in the
Like, check. 1, 2. Sit want to go number 1 and number 2. What was Magic? Coil Daddy. The Huff. Camo Specs Online. Doug Jameson with the resub. Go Boy with the resub. Tallest UK. Rhea Prey. Dark Horse, Normal Gorillas, or Fuse of Corn Rage. Guess we gotta say normal. Okay. 100 peak silverbacks. 1 Astartes. Hand-to-hand combat. Trajan, what's up, man? 82 months, legend. The off man just chilling. Got my lady. We got like I said, we got a funeral on Monday. We're going down to Miami this weekend. The whole family's getting together, so we just picked up my lady's cousin at the airport last night, and then we drove to meet up with some of the other family. And turns out her uncle owns like a collectible, like kind of almost like a flea market style like storefront in Davenport, and I actually scored some sick shit, dude.
Don't give up. You will get by. The tide is turning. I feel alright.
The Huff. Yeah, be right out in a minute. Thanks, man. Power armor, Elro. Because I don't think you can win with no power armor. I think you got to put him in his power armor.
Let's do it!
Yo, dog, Kenny Boucher here, Next Level Painting, hitting you up. On the literal best of all days. Coming to you live from the Beats Lab, undisclosed location in Central Florida. We're doing it again. Reapray says, Space Marines without a name are only presented in situations to die. So, the Space Marine's name is Jeff. He's got power armor. Brawling. Power armor, no helmet. Because Jeff's one of those Space Marines. Because isn't like a peak silverback roughly the strength of a out of power armor Astartes? Like it'd be like fighting 100 orcs, wouldn't it? With no armor, just coming at you with their hands. But like they do that in lore all the time, don't they? Space Marines have like supernatural endurance too, don't they? In lore, 3 Space Marines can conquer a continent. But they have like guns and shit. Can they conquer a continent with bare knuckles? Does Jeff happen to be related to one Master Chief? Yeah, he's his cousin. Warping with Space Marine versus Goku. I mean, like a fully kitted Space Marine versus like Raditz Goku. Maybe kind of. Maybe that's somewhat reasonable power scaling. But the second Goku's doing push-ups in 100 Gs, I don't think it's even, you know what I mean? The second we're at that level of Goku, it's incomparable. Super Saiyan 1 versus Veteran? What the fuck, dude? You never watched Dragon Ball Z? Goku can like erase a planet with a Kamehameha wave. His scaling's even more ludicrous. He has like instant transmission and shit, dude. Yeah, DBZ characters blow planets with their fingers. Their scaling is nonsensical. Oh, Frieza bust the paint. Yeah, Frieza is one of the coolest character designs. Crashing at him. So, I was telling you guys, my lady's grandma passed away last week, and the funeral's in Miami on Monday. And the whole family, that part of the family's flying down or driving and meeting up, kind of like an impromptu family reunion for the funeral. So we just picked up her cousin last night, who she hasn't, like her first cousin, who she hasn't like kicked it with in like 20 years. So we went over to Davenport, Florida, to meet up with the other uncle who's gonna be there. We've been meaning to go swing by. He has a shop. He used to like run a booth at a flea market for years. And now he's like retired and he has a shop, and it's all like crazy collectibles. But it's wild because he doesn't really care about finding out like he has stuff priced more expensive than others, but there's a lot of stuff that like if you hunt, he's like letting you find deals, right? Because it's like if everything's priced exactly the way it should be, then why would you come to my shop to try to hunt for a deal, right? So I mean, like he's got so much cool shit, like between anime figurines collectible video game consoles, T-shirts you haven't seen in years, like a whole crate of just like McDonald's Happy Meal toys, new in box, like wild shit, dude. And I was walking around and just like blown away constantly. Like, my lady had a really sick Little Mermaid haul, like, because that's like her favorite shit. And we're just, you know, supporting local business and, you know, family member. But like, check this out. So this is like, I've just posted it on Instagram. So like, you know, my favorite X-Men villain, Apocalypse. So he had that in a cabinet. And that goes with my, I have an Age of Apocalypse, like, large figurine toy that my brother got me. And look at, I mean, this guy is sick, dude. This Apocalypse, this X-Men Apocalypse. Got it for $15. Behind it is one of the things my lady found. It's the Princess line. And it's literally, see, it's like item 1012. She's been hunting that for years. It's a Little Mermaid one. And Ariel. Crash It Up says, how dope was Apocalypse in the OG X-Men cartoon? Bro, I loved it. I've also got, let me show you, hon. So for my birthday, you know, my lady got me some cute stuff, but she put all the stuff in this bag. Bro, look at the art on this bag. X-Men 97. Bro, like, literally, I would have killed a man for this as a kid. For this bag. Like, bro. So I got this haul. And as I was like, he had some like old school WWF characters. I couldn't find a Macho Man until I was walking out and I looked at a different shelf. And bro, there it is. The fucking Elite arcade cabinet, fucking retro, like, Macho right there. Look at that shit, dude. Like, I got that. That was $30 though. But like, it retails for like 75. So like, the reason I bought it though is I was like, is that Macho Man literally wearing the Puerto Rican flag? Like, you know how Captain America is like Captain Puerto Rico. But this one's even better because on his hat, it comes up into a triangle, exactly like the Puerto Rican flag. Even though it's like obviously supposed to be the American United States flag, which is, you know, oxymoronical because Puerto Rico is the United States, and since I live with a Puerto Rican and I live in a place with a lot of Puerto Ricans, I was like, I'm buying this Macho Man. Have to have this. Oh yeah. Big awe. Huge score today. The Macho was 30. Dark Horse. He was doing like a 50% discount on friends or family, but we were like, nah, we're here to support you, man. Support local business. But if you hunt through his shit, dude, and there was a guy in there who was dropping off 3 crates of collectibles, downsizing, and I was talking to that dude, and that guy's got a sick collection of figurines and stuff, and so it was wild because we were like looking through the box as the owner was like assessing. He had like 2 Commodores in there, like the original like World of Warcraft battle chest box, like some wild shit, dude. So like we ran over there, just got back, And then tomorrow I'm driving to Miami for the weekend. I mean, like, it's a funeral, but like it's also this like amazing opportunity that the family gets back together for like the first time in like 25 years. So some good comes out of it, you know. The silver lining. Oh. You guys listen to the podcast this week? Templar in chat. Oh, Templar, I'm about to blaze those cigars this weekend. At Abuela's funeral. At the after party. Or the wake, or whatever they call that. Crashing, Adam, you were doing school. Yeah, they're perfect. It's perfect timing. More Pigment says they sound like they claimed you as one of theirs. Oh yeah, like I don't know if you've ever dated a Latina, but like you don't have a choice, which is very liberating. Honestly, it takes a lot of choice. Like a lot of like indecision is taken from it. It's like now you live here, you can never leave. That's right, Templar. So, yeah, it's so like a lot of times when I go down there, we kick it with the Cuban side of the family. That's a whole other type of party, right? And this time we're down there kicking it with the Puerto Rican side of the family, a whole different type of party. So it's gonna be wild. That's right, crashing at him. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Crashing at him, your UFC buddy is Cuban. It's all family's mommy. Yep. Mommy's where the action is, man. Like, I don't want to live there anymore, even though that's where I grew up. I love to visit and be, just be in that culture scene and the food, people. It's great. And we're going all the way down to South Miami, like way down there. Wild stomping grounds, actually, because it turns out coincidentally, where my lady is from was only a few blocks away from where I was from, and we even coincidentally went to the same high school without knowing, and with at least a year crossover. So it's just wild to get back to my Florida man roots and be chilling. So I'm actually debating doing a giveaway for that Macho Man this month. So just throwing that out there because it's too dope, and I've got like so much Macho Man stuff in my cabinets already. Oh man, itchy. But I'm gonna do a class prize giveaway today! Exclamation point recession, and also I think Swolebot's back. Can you confirm that? Yeah, it's back. So Spec made it to his new destination. The servers are back online. Crash it, Adam. Do you need to church up your beard for the family reunion? Nah. My lady expressly, she wants me to go in looking kind of aggro, like the new, with this haircut, with the huge beard. And she's like, She was like, yeah, this side of the family need to go in and establish dominance. So I gotta go in there. Yeah, exactly, Snazzy. Like, I gotta go in there. So I'm like breaking character. I gotta go in there at 6 feet tall, 280 pounds, with my beard looking wild. Like, just go in there and establish a foothold quick in the personality warfare. Got a posture. Yeah, we got to get the milk crate out. War Pigman. I got my lifts ready to go. I got to elevate me from 5'7" to 6 feet. Tablo says you got to have the fight a brother or cousin. Not if I posture correctly. Yeah, I have to be the silverback. Exactly.
You make me smile in a dark section. Gone for a while
And I got a dope new beard straightener for my birthday. So I can get wild with this joint now. That's right, Chris. Little head nod. What's up? Templar, a cousin is an easier fight. I know all the. I know all the siblings. This is the whole like extended first cousin, or all the first cousins. Oh, Road Dog, just over families in the '86 Bears defense. No, I love. They're great people. Like a few people I had, just like a clutch of people I haven't met before, but a clutch that I have. It's gonna be a good time. Crashing at him. With Latino families like mine, there's 100% more chance my family fist fight each other than anybody else. Yeah. There's a lot of passion in the family unit, you know. It's wild. It's gonna be some good food for sure. So we're back on track with the night. We're cutting in. We're almost. I think we're at a big milestone on the legs. So we're gonna get the highlights and stuff done, and then we'll try to move on to the torso today. So today I'm doing a class prize promo. Every $50 donated cumulatively adds a class giveaway. That's right, Dark Horse. Lock in. Crashing after you approach painting cloth with the airbrush the same as armor. Yeah, it depends on the scale you're interacting on. If you're working on something small, mostly I'm gonna dial in cloth with my paintbrush, like the glazing technique. so I can really control that. I may do some base work with the airbrush, or base work with the brush and highlight with the airbrush. Similar. Just building volume on shapes. Let me get the exposure correct. Oh, this guy. This thing over the wrong way. I moved my desk yesterday. It's position. Been a Clown Fiesta Banhammer. Okay, you see on this side, we got some highlighting, but nowhere else. Banhammer, good news. You got your new business form. Oh, congratulations, man. Crash M, you got a call with a state recruiter? Good news all around, man. Okay, so let's get some bright gold out. Templar, this Titan, yes, it is absolutely madness at this point. Get some bright gold. Let's get some stock rich gold. Get some silver. Get a little noosh. Banhammer in October, we should be slinging the coolest boxes you can buy for your commander decks. Nice.
Well, I know you know that like it's colder, colder when I'm older, older than I am. And I know you know that I have lost
Okay.
composure, but I'll hold you closer while I can. I never told you that I'm slightly broken, that I might lose focus when I am. I know you know that life is
Oh, Major Havoc, where you been, dog?
frozen over like I am.
So we laid down the mahogany gold work on Havoc. And so this side is just the rich gold over the mahogany. This like over here, we got a little highlighting. So now we're gonna set some highlights in motion up here. We're gonna grab some bright gold and we're just gonna use a little noosh. And we're just gonna kind of aggressively apply this kind of closer to the edges. So that's why I was like saying, like, you don't need to worry about like doing a bunch of thin coats with your rich golds. Just one over the mahogany as kind of like just a highlight will work. The mahogany is going to do the rest of the work in the recess. And then this will be kind of our second coat. Is bringing some of the bright gold into the corners, you see, edges. A little bit of noosh in there. Give it some pop. Always be rotating. We're using the tip of our brush, and it is, even though it's modulated opacity because the noosh is in there, it is still low moisture. That's what the noosh is great at. And we're just using stipples and heart pulls right here. And especially on areas that kind of turn sharp.
Yo dog, great to be you. Your thoughts on doing edge highlighting with metallic paint? Could it make models hot? Or too thin to get the metallic sparkle effect?
Shout out to my man Crack One. Yo dog, great to be here. Your thoughts on doing edge highlights with metallic paints? I mean, yeah, you can't. I mean, you need to edge highlight if you want that final pop. And you need to go kind of disrespectful towards the brightest position possible. But the kind of the whole point of gold metallic paint is it sparkles. So it's if you just have good clean application with good habits, you know you can get away without really having to do much, as you're gonna witness on this. So it's always gonna look more baller when you can accurately deploy like a tight little edge highlight. Not necessary. What matters is that we're not going to deteriorate that amazing gold that we just did. We're not going to slather or wash it. That's really the big, most important step here. If you coat this in a wash, you're going to ruin the metallic luster. So we will do selective stuff, but we want that gold to pop. It's fucking literally metal. So we want it. So if we're using the product that is advertising that, maximize it. Major Havoc says the trim is real work. So you've been working hard, missing a few episodes. And remember, Major Havoc is the commissioner. So for example, like here's our bright silver. And we will just do like a tracer right here. It's an edge highlight. See? Here. Side of our brush. Hold your breath, swing it from right to left. Always be rotating.
Treat me like the last time we lasted more than a bottle of wine without a fight.
There it is.
We were alright for a while.
Just bring a little bit of extra punch in there. Little heart pull.
I don't wanna be with you, but I feel myself acting in ways that I shouldn't do. I keep talking and talking and talking.
And because this top ledge is so thick, I'm gonna try to put a little bit down right there.
You know I don't like to deep, to keep ahead of you, ahead of you.
Just give it that extra little push, you see?
It's only a matter of time before we like to unwind with other people.
And down here we can do a little stand to do a little bit more of the silver. 'Cause I don't think we got that far into this paint job. Oh yeah, looks like I'm missing a lot of bright gold down there too. Living Tribunal. Am I excited about GTA 6? I mean, not particularly. I'm not. I don't really mess with that franchise these days. It's not really my cup of tea. Video gaming. Yeah, I can see where a couple of these spots can use a little love with the gold, with the bright silver or the bright gold. Right there.
Ahead of you, ahead of you. And it's always about you. It's only a matter of time.
Say I have an acrylic matte green on a Space Marine. If I edge highlighting him with a metallic green, do you think the effect would be cool or not? I'm just wondering if the metallic paint would be too thin down on an edge to really pop.
Oh, I see. Clarification. Yeah, crack one. It looked like shit. Don't do it. It will not be tight. Go. Just adding a little bit of clutch volume. Just making sure that gold is banging. Major Havoc for 2 of the 3 Reavers I'm working on. And follow along. Hopefully they will do their big brother proud. So the Reavers are gonna follow him along. That's awesome, bro. See, that's actually why like I advertise this. Like, so this, what I'm doing is sponsored content. It's not a commission. It's education. And now you see Major Havoc is gonna get he's getting a personalized painting series that he can actually follow along with in detail. And I sent this model back as simply an educational tool. See, it's just a couple of loose brushstrokes. It's pretty low stress. It's not like edge highlighting like a Blood Angel's red armor. Major Havoc just gifted 10 subs to the chat. If you just got gifted a sub because Major Havoc, show that guy some love. Enjoy the ad-free and the dope emotes. Cleaning some of that up. Little noosh, little bright silver, bright gold. See, and with gold or with metallic paints, you can be deliberately disrespectful with the highlight approach.
Frozen over like I am.
And you see how so the trim is kind of the money shot. So definitely you want, the way we're structuring this paint job is we're, you know, most of our sweat equity is going into the trim. Let's rinse with a little water. Dry it off. Let's pick up a little bit of that bright silver again. Let's make sure to just run some nice corners. Looking good. Get the peaks of these triangles. Just clean it up, sharpen the image. Reappraise sweat equity. Sweatquity or sweatquity? She's so ridiculous, bro. Sweatquity. Sweatquity. Yeah, I like sweatquity. Let's rinse it down. And we still have to clean some of the gold that kind of touched the purple in some areas up. And we'll use the mahogany again for that. And we're probably going to do a little bit of inner panel edge highlighting. Major Havoc, do you do that on your guys? I don't want to put you, I don't want to necessarily, because inner panel edge highlighting is kind of like nonsense edge highlighting. That's when I, that's when I fake edge highlight the inside of the panel, where I would put a line in, I would have like a highlight to this purple inside, not touching the trim, preserving a dark border, right? GW likes to do that on some of their shoulder pads and stuff. So like an inner panel edge highlight, it's literally, you're not actually edge highlighting anything, you're just freehanding a line and it's all it's doing is creating like style points. There's no actual thing we're highlighting. It's just I do that in there. I mean, that's pretty much endlessly how I paint. Like inner panel edges. I do it a lot because stylistically that's like my style. It's like going crazy like that. When you look at like let me see here. You see on the side, see the blue shoulder pad? So it's got the black trim. The black trim has highlights, but and then there's a dark border, and then inside the blue we faintly edge highlight up another pattern. Sosa over on YouTube, what's up? So I planned on doing a little bit of that on this model. Says you don't do it because your brush control is not even the ballpark. You can take my classes, dude. It's a heart pull. Let's get some more bright golds. So, but we're not gonna mess with the inner panel right now. Our goal is to get the trim laid out. So here's the bright golds. A little noosh in it. So it's semi-opaque because the noosh. It's counting as like kind of a second stack of metallic and serving to establish some intrigue and volume. On kind of a thick tracer right here. See how it's a very low pressure approach. We're gonna drag some in with a heart pull right here. Rotate, hit this little arrow a little bit. We're gonna hit these joints right here. Heart pull.
Question.
What?
Are we not saying phrasing anymore? I'm coming! Phrasing boom!
Come on, make a hole.
Phrasing boom.
Tell Archer I'm coming for him. Phrasing boom and both berries out.
Get it Major Havoc to a class.
Let me get some love in Templar. My man Templar dropping some love in chat. So we are actually doing class giveaways today, and Templar just triggered one. I will, at the whip, I will do a keyword raffle. Yeah, Havoc. Like Templar is taking the classes, and like so that the learning the heart pull and the tracer is the third lesson. And so the heart pull is the most important brushstroke in my system, and mastery of that makes you OP as shit. And then you move into glazing, and then you learn how to deploy that with a stipple as well. See, this is a heart pull. how I'm staying in my lane, like doing that. Pulling straight back to my body. Always rotate. Deployment of that brighter gold. And high opacity. Low moisture is typically the trick, but I'm using a little noosh, so I am modulating the opacity. But the noosh lets you lower the opacity without actually adding moisture. So I can stay in control. And also, Templar makes a great point. You learn through glazing and the glaze edit technique. Graphic. You learn on how you learn about how impermanent mistakes are, because once you can glaze correct, and you can undo any bad line. For example, I've got a super glue spot right there and right there, so I fucked up the purple with two little shiny spots of super glue. We're gonna have to do something about that. So we're gonna be relying on some of our effects and techniques to incorporate those into the paint job. Okay, so this kind of cog is important. So I'm going to hit a lot of the real estate with a more opaque finish. I'm using the heart pull, but I'm also deploying a bit of a stipple. Just run it back here. The thing is, Major Havoc already paints really good. And Major Havoc, that's the thing, is like some of my best students, people who already painted really good and took my classes, so that they can put name and technique to a lot of things they already kind of knew. The thing is, a lot of people, when they think about me, they think like, oh, the airbrush guy, right? And so, you know, that's successful. I get a lot of people there who specifically want to know how to airbrush. But the 101 course is airbrushing, washing, and edge highlighting. 2/3 brush, hand brushing, or for the 101. And then the 201 is basically all hand brushing. It's all effects. It's glazing and effects. Doesn't matter how tight an airbrushing you are, man. If you ever use airbrushing as an excuse to paint less, your models are going to look less. So it's about learning how to maximize our time, sweat equity, into the most effective sequence of strategies in order to get our models on a tabletop, right? So the whole motivation is gameplay. And nothing's more OP than showing up with better looking models now. See how beautiful that fucking gold looks? Major Havoc? Oh yeah, Major Havoc already signed up for my classes. He needs to get, yeah, that's right. Man, it's a busy dude though. Templar, how's the new job? Major Havoc says, airbrush definitely a crutch for me. Yeah, that's always what happens. When you learn how to airbrush and you get good at it, you start to overdevelop it and your brush skills atrophy. Very common journey for the miniature painter. Let's sneak a little silver in.
To say what you wanna hear.
So it's like a 50-50 blend. Bright silver, bright gold, or silver and bright gold.
My tongue till I disappear. Take me apart. Let the pieces fall to the cold ground where they belong. I'll play the part of whomever you want me to be, 'cause my identity has been lost to me.
Go. That's the really big stuff. That's why we did kind of the 50-50 blend. Let's rinse it.
Let the pieces fall to the cold ground where they belong.
Let's grab some of the silver.
I'm hanging on.
Run our tracer technique right here.
Let you breathe, because my sanity has been lost to me, lost to me, lost to me.
Rotate back. Always be rotating. A little bit right here.
Because I don't know who I am without you, without you. 'Cause my identity has been lost to me. I can't find myself, no. Because I don't know who I am without you, without you. 'Cause my identity has been lost.
Make sure to get some right here. Rotate.
Find myself because I don't know who
Rotate.
without you, without you. 'Cause my identity,
So right there.
to say what you wanna hear. I will
Beautiful. Kramus, what up, player?
till I disappear.
So you just bounce some clean edges off. Let's go back to bright gold. Just make sure we have better foundations right here. There we go. Boom. Low stress. So this type of painting in Major Havoc, I always tell my students, it's stressful. Maybe a little tedious, but it's not hard. And the more you master the brush control techniques, the less stressful it becomes and the less tedious it becomes. So it's just like a power leveling system. A lot of it has to do with learning how to hold the model with your offhand. And what I mean when I say always be rotating. Because I don't really want to be moving this hand too much. So my hand's always, because you're constantly breaking your flow state when you're doing this kind of painting, which is irritating for people, which is why they get into trouble, because they want to just kind of keep going. But I need you to rotate, break your flow state, and you need to be able to rapidly reset into your the consistency and posture you want. So that's what these methods are all about, these training methods. Nor Dog, what's up, man? Special plans for the weekend? Yeah, going down to Miami with my lady and her cousin for a big family gathering for their grandma's funeral. So it's like a celebration kind of situation where the whole family's gonna come together for the first time in like 25 years. Sad times, but also like an incredible opportunity for the family to get together and honor their grandmother. How about you, man? I will extend your condolences to her. A little bit of bright silver coming in for that tracer again. On that tracer, always be rotating.
If I go, would you be happy in the end? So is it all for nothing?
So Havoc, when you do your gold, you probably just hit a gold and wash it. Is that the extent?
Was it all for nothing? Was it all for nothing? So is it all for nothing?
Heart pull right there. Boom. Still got to get this upper leg. So let's blast out this upper leg real quick. Let's grab the bright silver or the bright gold. We're using Noosh to do like a real thick, broad highlight. But since we've lowered the opacity, it's gonna be pretty stable. We're using a combination of tracing and hard pulling. We're dragging these lines. Hard pull. Get that pink. I'm gonna hit a broad highlight right here. The hard pull. Set these little arrows gently. You see, that was the advantage of the mahogany laydown, was we barely had to touch those, and the ground that's kind of hiding any lack of coverage. Set that down. Right here. There. Rotating, bright silver, high opacity, low moisture. These edges. Front facing arrow right here. Let's run a little pull here in the cut. Stipple. You want to get kind of this edge right here because of how big it is, and broad. The same thing on this top fin. You can get this lower ledge, do it with a little tracer. There we go. So now we have a great foundation golds, and what we're left with is just a little bit of inner panel cleanup using the mahogany as a pin wash, just erase areas where the gold has touched the purple. And then we're going to do selective spot washing on the gold itself to kind of get, there's just so many little nuts and bolts. So we always want to be washing our nuts, right? dark silver. Of course, I put some of my paints back in my paint rack. And my dark silver is in there somewhere. Nope. Nope. Yep. It's a little dark silver on this knee gun, which is black. Gotta stipple it in there. A little of the bright silver. Mix it. Little top highlight. That's it. So we'll let that settle down. We'll do our whip session. And then we're going to come back in there and treat the gold with, like I said, some spot washing and trim cleanup. And where we're at now is pretty good space, pretty good place, right? Because we've got this was almost done as far as like what we consider battle ready. And then now we can start putting the plates on this guy and do the same thing. The reason I put the plates on before I paint the trim is because I don't want to paint things that are obscured by the painters. It's my ladies. Player J. So look at that chonker. The tiniest of all Canadians coming into the chat. What's up, brother? Oh, and that Titan is cool too. Nice. Real nice. Setting up the keyword raffle. Exclamation point, class credit. Every $50 donated during the show, we'll give away a class credit. And so I'm putting this up now, and then we're gonna go do some whips, and then we'll draw after. Jump into Discord. Discord's loading up. While it's doing that, give me a second. I'm gonna hit the bathroom. And we're back. Exclamation point whip, baby. Put it in there. Havoc. Got it. Exclamation point class credit. We'll be giving away class credits every $50. We're at 72, so we're giving away 1 credit at this moment. Shout out to Templar. Ballin'. All right, so the 2 on the left redone to be more dynamic, aka Warmaster. So this is on the right is how it used to be, and now on the left you introduced the new technique. Yeah, so he introduced the transparent white to fluorescent purple strategy. Deployment method. Is this empty? Yeah, it looks, they're popping. Go boy in chat. What's up, man? You burned your hand, bro? You okay?
And his name is John C.
Get some love in
Why
chat right
not
there.
2?
Recoil. So recoil put us in a 2 class credit giveaway. Exclamation point. Class credit. Yeah, I'm really proud of Major Havoc's work here using the dry lint strategy for the marble, which does look really fucking good. Like my favorite. So like I said, I don't discount the laundry sheet technique. You can't always control the aesthetic, right? So like I love how it looks on these 2 panels. Like that flow is sick here and here. This one is also sick, but it might be a little fat in the grain for the scale. But it shit is coming out really good. It seems like you've really gotten good at the dry sheet technique. So it looks real good. Go boy. Got a lot better. My dad recently burned the shit out of his leg on his dirt bike. The kind of has like a bad exhaust like design. He was like putting it up in his trailer, and I guess he was wearing shorts because he's a Florida man. After he like ran it for a while, and fucking like he had to go to the hospital, dude. They give him like silver nitrate or whatever the fuck this shit is. Full 2nd degree burn, like full ass. Major Havoc. Next step, mahogany time. Have you ever used the mahogany technique, Major Havoc? Banhammer.
Red, white, and blue.
Lovin' your Titanicus action, dog. Tight as FCUK.
Sloam, Two-Face coming in, dropping 33 spot. Actually moving us relatively close to a 3rd class credit. Thank you, brother. You know, it was only a matter of time before Titanicus made it onto the show. Shout out to Major Havoc for being the reason I'm doing this Titanicus model. Thank you, Sloan. What you been up to, Sloan? Yeah, replay is brutal. My dad is preposterous though sometimes. He immediately spent like 15 minutes explaining to me how it was the bike's fault and not his fault. I was like, damn, that's some boomer ass gaslighting and no account taken right there, Dad. He's like, what? No. I was like, Dad, what was the first rule you ever taught me about like riding motorcycles? He's like, what? I was like, wear the right clothes. You would always tell us and make us change if we weren't wearing boots, riding boots. We weren't wearing jeans. He's like, well, you know. And I was like, let me guess, you're wearing your flip-flops and your fucking jean cutoff shorts that you cut the grass in? Bro, take some accountability. What was the question, Banhammer? Having a crisis, shiny metal or rusty metal? Also, we'll go with the rusty metal. What's the correct edge highlight color? Okay, so like this, this highlight I would tone down. This sword looks really good. a highlight pattern like this is definitely desirable, but it needs to be toned down. It needs to be more respectful towards your actual color palette. What did you use here? It almost looks like you just ran some white in there as a test. Yeah, Pray, you were gonna ask if he was actually just burning trash again. It's funny because my lady never saw that TikTok reel or that Instagram reel. Is before she loves my dad. She thinks he's the funniest shit ever. And I was like, I was joking on him about that trash can fire, and she was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Oh, hold on, let me find this fucking dope ass Instagram reel that I posted like 3 days after getting to Florida. The most Florida shit that ever happened." She was like, she loves that video. She's like, "Your dad's ridiculous." Slow and Two-Face all lined up and getting ready to play Titanicus with your crew. We'll be rocking the Dirty Mechanicus with some word bearers. I like that. Captain Banhammer, correct. You answered the question accurately. You did a workup. You went mahogany to the orange to the ochre. Ochre being the brightest. Then you highlighted it with bright one gray. No, the bright ochre. Faint, clean, bright ochre. Just to bring emphasis to it, keeping it dull. That's what I would have done. And then if I needed to go further, very sharp point only. Like a little bit on the sharp angles. If you want to go further. But I really dig the rusted metal. And I love the red to orange with this particular brand of ghost color. I think is a really stunning composition. That brings a lot of color to it. The rust really works, especially since you're putting that effort into the rust. No, you're not going NMM Banhammer at all. Like, this guy and this guy can absolutely exist in the same army. These two guys can exist in the same army. If you want to get real, you could lightly dry brush this chain with, if you want to combine them, you could just, put less effort into how you did all this stippling. Just get the colors down and then dry brush it with the silver, leaving behind some of this rust. Just a light dry brush, not max coverage. And then you eliminate the wash, right? Like, you don't need to wash it. See? So it's arguably the same steps if you do it quick. But they also can both exist in the same army because this isn't really NMM, this is pure rust. So they can exist in the same force. You're not gonna really ruin anything. It's not gonna be like too much mixed medium. Check bottom whip. So this guy is, so this is a iron sword that's been rusted, right? And so if you're gonna go with a metallic bronze here, then you got to make sure you do some verdigris washes, like pin washes. Set up a green-blue verdigris scenario and go in there and classically hit the recesses where metal touches metal and stuff like that. Work that. And again, probably the right solution is not to highlight the sword with the ochre. It's probably to lightly dry brush it with silver. So you can paint something silver and then put rust in, or you can paint it rust and dry brush silver over. They're both valuable.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Thanks, Boo.
Captain Banhammer, my dude. I'm gonna get some love and chat right there from my boy. Pushing us over the edge, so we're at 3 class giveaways at the end of Whip, guys. Remember, exclamation point class credit for a chance to win a free credit with me. You can use it for anything you want. Consultation, you can try and do the first lesson of the course. All winners, I will add a role on Discord so that you can access my syllabus. Shout out to Banhammer. Player J, this is looking pretty icy, brother. Player J, you've been getting really good at picking War Dog and MM. Let's critique. Yep, I love that. So solid tri-blend, infinite tri-blend, right? Bright, dark, bright, dark, bright, dark, bright. Bright opposes dark, patch highlight. Just a quick bi-blend here because it doesn't matter. And you got some cylinders right here. So this is great. It's a bit of a desaturated gold, which I like. Less orange, more pale. And that's fun. I like to potentially lightly filter with a little orange. Like super low opacity like filter with a brush just to kind of orange up some of it. Because I love saturation, but it's perfect. The cylinders look great. It's a great start, but make sure to install your cylinder lines. So make sure, so like they gotta have a actual direction to them. So like, so you got your bright highlight here. So just want to make sure you draw like a nice clean white line straight down. Right? Faint, low opacity, but defined. And then you need to oppose that line with like a follow-up dark line. Cylinders they have their own rules. Still a tri-blend, but you have to see the definition. And you might be doing that, you just haven't gotten to it yet. Yeah, I love this color choice too that you've been using. And I like that. Looks like you're working a bit of a Wish.com NMM down here. Just doing some nice weathering. Recoil when I run a Photoshop class. Yep. I actually have that in one of my 301 course options. Player J, first time doing the color on the right plate. Is you talking about this? That's that plate right there. Player J, oh yeah, I love the gray undercarriage dry brush Wish.com metallic. You just pick out a couple of spots that matter. Yeah, more of a brass, exactly, Player J. Well, and since you're actually hitting it to the black almost, and almost hitting it to the white, kind of like spectrum-wise, like value-wise, it reinforces that, you know? I love the colors that people come up with for NMM. The end, lore-wise, I have my money on the Space Marine. But I don't know. I think in game the gorillas would have a chance, especially if you're doing rolls. Yeah, it seems like lore-wise, Space Marines are ridiculous, right? Because the way I like to make it fair, it's bare knuckle, right? Like I'm like giving the Space Marine armor, but no helmet, bare knuckle. Now lore-wise, plenty of Space Marines are like beat up 100 like orcs, and I would say like silverback gorillas are like more than an orc, right? Like strength-wise, but no weapons, you know, no armor. Not that orcs have armor. They have probably as much armor as an orc in game terms. You know? So like lore wise, I definitely know a Space Marine can beat up 100 orcs. Captain Banhammer, like a rank and file orc. You know, boy. Gorilla's definitely like knob level strength. They're probably closer to knob level. Banhammer. Less than knob, more than boy. Boy plus. Oh, that's right. Space Marines can spit acid. But there's 100 gorillas. This guy spit 100 times accurately. Let me run to my... I have a folder here. I'm grabbing a picture. Why is this all backwards? So like this war dog, right, Jesse? You see, like, I'm very loose with my cylinder game, in my NMM game. Like all the gray I kept it like hellowish.com. You see? But you see that I'm willing to push the highlights on my superwish.com metal very aggressively, which is like the illusion of reflection, right? Like, which is the whole thing is an effect, right? So, but kind of like ignoring a lot of the cylinder methodology, but still running a center line and going pretty hard on the edges. Same thing on the claws. It's really just gray with edge highlights, and it rides, right? And so like you can slap pretty hard on this wish.com stuff and get a pretty good vibe. Oh, this looks so good. Damn. I need to do something like that. Damn, you took the effect to the next level, bro. That's so good. Makes me feel like I need to redo mine. Well, I mean, I did this. I just didn't bring the core highlight down. I should do that. The recess highlight. I slacked on mine. I was lazier. That's a good effect. Well done. Well done. Yeah, the trick there is that this effect is really, it really goes to the next level when you deploy the brightness and the recess like he did here, the yellow. But you see these squares, it's really important that there's like a sub border of orange. You see? So like that's also super important to the effect. So you can do like you can do this relatively easy, just moving like orange to yellow. But the next level is that recess shape, that recess highlight. That's ballin', player J. Oh, my lady's texting. Let me see what's going on. Another commission. Same guys before. Any tips on near dead human skin and workup? Oh, these are awesome, man. Near dead, like you can use like blues and purples as your shadows and then build your pinks and skins up. Oh, she started. Yeah, I don't even know what these models are. All right, let me see what I can do. So I might cut the show short after this giveaway, because we're supposed to go out to dinner after the show. We have a guest. We have our cousin here that she hasn't seen in 20 years, and the plan was to go out after the show and get some food. And now they're starving downstairs, and 8 is kind of late. So I might cut it after the giveaway. Heroescape Necrotech with writers. That's so gangster. Reaper Pepper says if it's alive, adding any red tone indicates blood. Exactly. Perfectly stated. Slow Two Face, yeah. Lady plus family for yeah. I mean I floated the idea of canceling tonight, and she didn't want me to because I canceled the podcast last week when her grandma passed away. I spent time with her, but now that her cousin is here, who they haven't seen each other in like over 20 years, she's kind of reevaluating and getting kind of angsty. She hates asking me to cancel anything, so I always like offer. I just told her, I was like, you guys can go without me. And they're like, no, we don't want to go without you. She was just asking me in a sweet way if it was okay if I could wrap it up quicker. But yeah, so like as Reaper Pepper said, War Pigment, no reds, and it makes it look instantly dead. So you can kind of do anything. I've showed you guys with skin tones. Like you can literally just do like gray, brown, blue, plains gray kind of workup to like warm grays. You know what I'm saying? The shadows are like brown, blue, gray, working toward a warm gray highlight. And that's dead. And 415. Oh, you moved over to Insta or Twitch. Understood, man. Thank you. Slow Two Faces makes me jealous. Wet Burrito. I love the Tex-Mex when I visit USA. We're cousins visiting from Texas, so we're probably not going Tex-Mex because like that's his like life. And we're probably not going Puerto Rican because that's his other life, which is, I'm always down for Puerto Rican or Cuban. So we might be going like traditional Americana because that's like what he doesn't get a lot of. Got the band image, Space Coat purple, yellow, green highlights, wash, gray, green, highlight with gray. There it is. Just the workup. Ship it. Moe's Magic Kingdom Death Bus has some nice. Oh my god, their pinups are preposterous. The mask is great too. It's a great image. Slow and Two Face sounds cool. What is traditional Americana? Like things like Chili's are Americana, right? Like that franchise, but like also like taverns and bars. So like you get a lot of sports grills, sports bars out here, serving like wings and beers, burgers and fries, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So there's a place down the street from us that's a little sports bar, owner operator. Probably go there. Yeah, Moe's Magic, man, as always. Killing it, bro. Your dog. Let's take a look here. Oh snap! Yo, War Pigment dropping some bits on my ass. Hundreds of bits. Did you just hear like hundreds of bits? 950 bits? It's the most amount of bits anyone's ever cheered. That's the second most amount of bits anyone's ever cheered. Probably the bits world record holder right now. So so what's going on here? It looks like a flat workup with a heavy wash. Is that what I'm seeing here? You're setting yourself up for a lot of brushwork with this composition.
Angels sang out in an immaculate chorus. Down from the heavens descended.
Because you're trying to go for that like whiter, more bone-like Plague Marine armor, right? War Pigment 50 bits, world record. Yeah, so when you go with a lighter position, more brushwork in the end. That's just the nature of the game. And are you going back and doing like a filter with like a green? Is that what I'm seeing? My man Ziggy with the resub. I'm experimenting with the dirty down. Well, let me know how that experiment goes. Seems like a lot of brushwork, but I'd like to know how you feel about the product. Sepia blue. Oh, okay. It's leading to kind of a green feeling. Steel paints. Oh shit, let's look at these scouts. These scouts are looking beautiful. Hell yeah, dude. It's an amazing unit. Beautiful, beautiful. Steel Dragon, thanks. Really proud of him. Yeah. I should be. Beautiful execution. Good attention to detail. Good use of technique. Bright stuff bright, dark stuff dark. Great bases. Oh my god. Why are there so many... No matter what hairstyle I have... What I do, there's always some Space Marine that has my exact shit. Whether I have the sideburns, whatever, the beard, whatever it is. I just saw that, Dr. D. Yes, War Pigment. So, yeah, the Dog Zoidberg, you were canon. Yeah, the swag bonus is Kramus. Nice. Beautiful work, Steel Dragon, Steel Paints. Love it, dude. You guys are killing it. Great whips. So we are gonna just conclude with our giveaway. So let's run it back over here. So we're gonna be giving away 3 class credits. Shout out to Templar, Sloan with Two-Face, Recoil, Captain Banhammer for pushing us into this category. So let's put 2 minutes on the clock. Exclamation point class credit is free giveaway, free to enter. If you win this, I'll give you a role in Discord so that you have access to my course docs and syllabuses, and you can have a free class. You can use it. You can use the credit for a one-on-one lesson, for a consultation, Photoshop lesson. So we're gonna have 3 winners. Exclamation point class credit. And we'll end the show about an hour early. Be back on the air on Tuesday after I get back from Miami. Funeral. And I got a lot of meetings I gotta get caught up on next week. I gotta talk to Jesse over at Bolters at Dawn for my July class. Gotta talk with Jake because we got LVO tickets going on sale on the same day, and we're gonna be doing a Longboard doubles. So guys, Longboard doubles in October. They talked me into it. Exclamation point class credit. Got Champs Cup. We should be teaching there as well. So this will be a big year for getting in on that action. We paint judging there too. And I should be commentating at Cali Cup again. Secretly though, I'm down for them to replace me with like Wargamer Joe. That would actually free up that month for me to actually go to Bolters at Dawn, like their actual con. Busy year, Player J. Yeah, 2 LVOs. All right. Let's do it. We're going to pull 3 names. Sloan Two-Face, my guy. Let's see. Where are you? Have you won credit with me before? Nope. Wandering. I've just given you a new role in Discord. Wandering Black Belt gives you access to a new category, next level supporters, and within that category, you will see another section labeled Student Docs. Within, you will find access to the 101, 201, and 301 syllabus. And you can sign up from there. Congratulations, brother. Look forward to talking to you. You can use this course for anything you want. You can go right into the syllabus, or you can go off syllabus. Nordog, I think Nordog is a big enjoyer of credit load, right? He knows the routine. Congratulations. Final winner, Dr. D. Are you in Discord? Dr. D? Go to the server. Roles. What is your tag in there? Oh, Das Fizzler. That's right. Roll update. Same rules apply. Door Dog, no worries, brother. Thank you. Sloan, thank you. Templar, Sloan, Recoil, Captain Banhammer, thank you for the support. And of course, War Pigment for being our world record holder of bits donated. Eileen Osaurus. Okay. Let's set up a raid. Let's kick it out over to Twitch. Let's see who's on. Recoil. Do you see anybody on we should raid? Major Havoc, thank you, brother. Mini Ruckus, is that the raid? Oh, Monument Hobbies hasn't even finished yet. Let me tell them we're
But
ending.
not so much that you think that it's the main character. She's the main character. The tree just has a bunch of colors that make it feel exactly like you said, like weathered fence post. It's raw and it gives you a little bit of mossiness because of the green.
Let's raid Monument.
Browns. Do like a brighter highlight. In this case, probably olive flesh or something like that on.
Setting up that raid. Let's set it up. Bring the length, the girth, the positivity on over to Monument. Thank you for the bottom of my heart, guys. I'll see you on Tuesday. As always, until we meet again, play on, players.
You so close to me in the backseat of your ride. We fell apart. Thought we lost everything, just lost in our memories. And I sure hope you do remember me like I remember you.